And now, John Bauman and the Hollywood Square.
And here he is, Joe Credit, who's the guy who says he saw me with Sha-La-La at Suffolk Downs in about 1973 or something. Aerosmith was the opening act, right?
That's right.
I remember it well. People threw beer cans at me all night. We're not going to make any jokes about your name, Joe Credit, but you're an okay guy and you made your way through Match Game. Good for you. You're going out to Hollywood Square. No, come back here, Joe. Stay here for a second. We have 3 new celebrities to introduce. They are Paula Kelly, Arlene Francis, and Chuck Woolery. And for today, I have something to bring up about Paula Kelly. You are certainly the first person who has ever been a guest on our show who has a dance scholarship in your name at a wonderful university. What about it?
Oh yeah, well, am I the first? Well, I'm ecstatic. UCLA is going to be offering a dance scholarship in my name this fall, Paula Kelly Dance Scholarship. So all you graduates, come out there and do a couple of twirls, help you get through school.
Well, congratulations to you, Gene, and I certainly don't have dance scholarships in our name. You probably don't either, Joe, but why don't you and I dance over here and play Hollywood Squares? Here we go. And here is our defending champion. She is Nancy Lazarus. How many days for you, Nance?
This is my 3rd day.
I think it is. $22,350 so far. A wealthy lady. All right, I'll put you on the spot. What are you going to do with $22,350?
I desperately need a new car, so that's what I think I'm going to do.
Okay, well, depending on the car, there may be a lot of that money left over. And depending on what happens to you today and possibly in a subsequent day, you may win even more money. But Joe Credit is going to have plenty to say about that. We're going to play Hollywood Squares until we all hear the time's up bell. Whoever's ahead at that point goes on to play Super Match, which is worth up to $30,000. Don't ever change, Joe. The first game is worth $100, $25 for every square. As always, Nancy, it is your turn to start. Pick a star and let's go.
McLean, please.
McLean Stevenson. You and your wife are getting divorced. So? Okay, he doesn't care. Can we throw out this question? Pretend you and your wife are getting divorced. According to the American Veterinary Association, who will suffer the most by this split? Your dog or your cat?
Your wife.
Yeah, heavy. Taken from the Book of Dumb. Well, from the movie Who Cares, I will say the dog, because cats are D-U-M-B. I love cats, but they're not...
All right, great. Now we're going to get a bunch of letters from cats.
I hate cats.
Thanks, McLean. Nancy, he says your dog will suffer more from the divorce. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Your dog will suffer from the divorce. But I think, you get the square, very well done, but I don't think it's because cats are D-U-M-B. I think it's because they're I-N-D-E-P-E-N-D-E-N-T.
Where does that do there?
Joe, pick a star.
Arsenio?
Okay, Mr. Hall, here we go. It was recently announced that Pia Zadora is going to have one. Is it a baby or a one-woman show on Broadway?
I'll tell you, if she has that show, I'll be there opening night. Because she's a very talented lady. I'm sure. I didn't mean that, babe. I don't want to find a horse's head and some Dubonnet in my bed tonight, you know? Okay. Okay. I think it... Don't look up there. Yeah.
Are you following this, Joe? You're going to have to answer this question in a second.
I think it's
yes, give me an answer.
The one-woman show on Broadway. That's what I heard when I was in Vegas last week.
Okay, you know who Pia Zadora is. He says she's going to have a one-woman show on Broadway. Agree or disagree, Joe?
I'll agree.
Pia Zadora is going to have a baby. No, you should have disagreed with Arsenio. And your opponent gets that square. So that's 2 X's right up there in a row for you, Nancy. Pick a star.
Paula to win.
This will give you the first game. Are there more bones in a woman's body than there are in a man's? Or don't bones have anything to do with gender?
Well, now, think about anatomy here. It is. Actually, I think there are more bones in a man's body simply because of the addition of...
Oddly enough, that's not one of the possibilities. Oddly enough, that's not one of the possibilities. There either are more bones in a woman's body, or bones have nothing to do with gender.
Oh, okay. Bones have nothing to do with gender.
Okay, what do you say, Nancy? Agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
Men and women have, in fact, the same number of bones. Yes, the bones have nothing to do with gender. You get the square. You win the first game. Because in a man's body or a woman's body, there are 206, count them, 206 bones. You can count them over the next couple of minutes and then come back with us for the $200 game. See ya.
Stay tuned for more of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour.
I'm Linda.